Accolades are pouring in for the Georgia school bookkeeper credited with averting what could have become a national tragedy. Antoinette Tuff calmed down a gunman who walked into her school carrying hundreds of rounds of ammunition.
We all go through something in life. No, you don't want that. You're going to be okay.
Now, Tuff talked the man into surrendering. Her calm, collected bravery in the face of an extreme threat has earned her the title of hero and also a personal thank you from President Obama. He called Tuff while she was in the CNN makeup room getting ready for an interview with Anderson Cooper.
She probably saved a lot of lives, including the life of the potential perpetrator.
Well, not everyone is as thrilled about President Obama's call, specifically the brother of the alleged school gunman. Here's what he said on CNN's Piers Morgan Live.
He should be more focused on trying to get to the bottom of what he can help, or how he can help these kids in today's society, instead of calling somebody up just to thank them for what they did. Yeah, I'm pretty sure she's been thanked by hundreds and hundreds of people.
Are you grateful to her?
Yes.
I mean, for effectively, she may well have saved your brother's life and the lives of countless children in the school.
Yes, sir. I really am. But I honestly did not see it necessary for President Obama to call her up when he could have been focusing more on what could be done to prevent things like this.
I think some people might agree with both of those things, but certainly this is a story that begs us to look at the mental health angle here. Now, Jay Von Ornsteiner is a forensic psychologist. You might know him better as Dr. Buzz. So, Dr. Buzz, this is what I want to talk to you about. My first question to you. Okay. This alleged shooter admitted that he was off his meds. His family says he has a long history of mental illness, and we've seen, I would say, somewhat similar cases like this in some of these other shooters or potential shooters. How does someone like this fall through the cracks?
Well, in actuality, first off, I understand the frustration that his brother expressed. I certainly run into that constantly with the families of many of my clients. When we talk about people who fall through the cracks, we have to remember that people that live with mental illness are often stigmatized. They're often in isolation. They often lack the connections they need to feel that they are being supported. And in addition to that, many people, unlike this individual, don't admit they're mentally ill and also do not want to take medication. So there's many different issues and concerns that happen to the individual who has mental illness, but also to the family members who feel frustrated, who feel that no one's helping them, and underlining really anger because they want their son or daughter to get treatment, and their son or daughter is either not willing to form an engagement, or they feel that they are kind of falling through the cracks because they're either middle class and they aren't eligible for insurance, or they're on the poverty level, they're homeless, but they won't go to the steps to stand in line to get the government benefits that are being offered.
And also, Dr. Buzz, this suspect, as we mentioned, he seems to have some things in common with other potential shooters, other recent shooters. They're men in their 20s. They have a history of mental illness. And I've talked with some psychologists in the past because, unfortunately, in news, you just end up covering so many of these unfortunate shootings. And many psychologists say there aren't a lot of resources when you know that you have a loved one or a friend who is mentally troubled. What can you do, though, if you do know someone who is mentally ill and maybe they haven't done something wrong, but you'd like to at least alert someone to the potential that they could?
Absolutely, and there are things you can do. Within your community, there should be a city hospital. Within that city hospital, there should be a crisis unit. There should be a crisis intervention department that you can call and that you can meet with during a calm period with the person that you're trying to get services for, and find out what their regimen is and what their services is for someone when they're off their medication, or say that they have a break or they go through a manic phase and they definitely need intervention. You also can look into non-for-profit mental health agencies and get contact with a case manager and form an alliance with that case manager. The bottom line is we have to form relationships and alliances, and that individual who suffers from mental illness must feel that they have a connection and the support.
Certainly, and you almost got the sense in a way that he, you know, that was, I think, how this was averted in a way that Tuff made a connection with him. And we're so thankful it turned out as it did. Javon Ornsteiner, thank you for your insight.
Oh, thank you for having me.